springs here, and these mountains are as pretty as they get. We're on a bit of a long mission today to see if we can get all the way to the top of one of my favorite mountains, and hopefully we have a nice dinner right at the top. There's plenty of hiking to do. Most of this is overgrown, but the light coming in through the trees is absolutely beautiful. All along these valleys we can find some of the craziest cabins you're gonna see. They're literally in the craziest of spots. They were used years ago by the shepherds when they were moving the cattle so that they could have some shelters around the mountains. Right behind this one, not this first one, but the one behind, is our objective for today. The clouds are starting to come in, so I hope the weather stays the same. And we don't really want to go all the way up there and be stuck in the clouds and not see a single thing. It looks like the clouds have really come in now. Doesn't look like it's gonna rain though, but this amount of clouds can be either very good or very bad. Very bad meaning that when I get to the top I might not be able to see a single thing, or that the actual peak of the mountain might be above the clouds, in which case it might be stunningly beautiful. This here would be the door through which the cows would go in, and it's actually quite an interesting system. The cows would go in here, in the winter especially. The people would live at the top, so the heat from the cows would keep them warm. That would be their heating system, underfloor heating system from cow. For me, this is the prettiest out of the bunch. You're supposed to see my favorite mountain in the world, but with the clouds today you can't see it. I think it's a good spot to have lunch. It might seem like I'm carrying an obnoxiously big bag just for one night, but most of it is just food, because there's nothing that makes me more depressed than hiking food or that dehydrated meals. I just can't stand it. So most of all of this is just food. Gonna make some bread. We all know where we got that from. It's actually true what he says, there's nothing more primal than warm bread. So I'm gonna make a bit of that with some pancetta and cheese. It's a bit of a mess, but it's so nice. Now, to top it off, some halloumi cheese. It gets grilled here for a bit, and I mean, looking incredible. Compare this to a fucking dried up rice. Oh. Now, time to get on the hardest part of the climb. At least it looks like it's clearing up, but those clouds are stuck there and we won't know what it looks like until we get to the top. So let's cross our fingers. Sleeping spot is somewhere in there. Gotta go all the way behind it and hopefully on top we'll be above the clouds. Right in the thick of it now. At least we know there's only one direction, which is up, and that's the direction to go. But you can't see a thing. Hopefully the top is looking a bit better, otherwise all of this for nothing. Oh my god, man, look at this. This is what a little effort gets you. That was pretty rough going through the mist. The mist happened to appear in the steepest part with no path, but it's looking like we might be lucky. This right here is an absolute blessing, because throughout this side of the mountain there's no stream, so I've had to carry all of the water to cook and to drink, and we've already drank a lot, so this is going to be so handy. This is only here because there's been a lot of snow the last few months and it's still kind of filtering, but this is normally completely dry. There's a tiny little stream running, so we'll be able to get water at least to cook, but it's such a blessing this is. Absolutely epic, eh? So blessed right now. Everything was working out too nicely. I forgot my pegs for my tent, so I'm gonna try to improvise some with some sticks, but at least if that's all that goes wrong, we're doing fine. It's done the job, not brilliantly, but let's hope it doesn't get too windy tonight. There we go. Pretty crazy fucking setup, eh? Got pasta carbonara tonight, pecorino cheese, eggs. Oh, one broke. That's alright, not doing too bad if only one breaks. The wind sort of behaved last night. It's not like we were gonna fly away or anything, but without the anchors at the ground it would have been very noisy flapping about, and managed to sleep quite well. I'm gonna cook up some nice breakfast and take it really easy this morning and slowly make my way down. I would like to take a moment of this beautiful morning to show some appreciation to Musicbed, not only for supporting me to be able to make these films, but because I really think they're just the absolute best. Like most filmmakers, I've probably used every single option to find music for my films, but for some reason the moment I used Musicbed for the first time, I could immediately tell that it was miles above the rest. Being someone that really cares about the songs I use, I always wish I could use the kind of music I listen to but on my films. What was missing was character and soul. That which can only come from real human artists. Right now, most of the companies in this niche are moving towards AI generated tunes and slop, and away from human creativity and passion. They do this for profit. Musicbed is going the opposite direction. They're going all in on humans with their own unique story, sharing it with the world through their music. That's why when you use these songs in your films, you can't quite understand why, but it just makes sense. Human art on human art. They are committed to never AI generating their music, and just for that it makes sense for us, humans, to use their songs. There's no stopping what's coming, but humans will always crave connection. Musicbed supports me, a human, to make this film. They also support human artists that made the music on this film. When choosing, choose human. It will help keep art alive. Switch to Musicbed and start your 14-day free trial today with my personal link in the description. Bacon, eggs, fresh bread and a cuppa somewhere down there. Gonna enjoy breakfast. Time to make a long descent, but the views should be a lot prettier than yesterday. We should be able to see the mountain from the bottom, which was one of the things I wanted to see yesterday and I wasn't able to because of the mist. So should be a good long hard descent. As always, camera doesn't really do it justice, but this is super steep. This was the area we had to go up yesterday in the mist. So steep. All the way up there. And now trying to go down is a nightmare for the toes. All of this grass that is sort of dead or yellow is because it was just covered with snow just a few weeks back, which makes it so slippery. It's similar to walking on ice nearly, not as bad obviously, but there's areas where it's completely flat and it's impossible to get a grip, and if you slide you would literally slide all the way down. This is what I meant yesterday. This cabin here has the absolute best views ever. Right at the top of there is where we spent the night, and it really is my favorite mountain in the world.